Hi everybody, we're back. This is part two, day two, Predator Tour 2023. Before I introduce our guest, there's been a bit of breaking news. Just as we broke for the first part of the day, we have a new large pike. 124.9 is now the leading pike. It's taken Team 56, which is Johannes and Fabian, up to first place with the largest pike. At this moment in time, I'll tell you what they've got. They have a 124.9, which is a serious fish. They've got a 96 and a 90, so they're okay on pike. They've got a couple of really nice under at 75, 71 and 65. They've got a 50 perch already, a 31 and a 30. So those guys are they're in a fairly good position. I think they need maybe to upgrade, maybe a couple of perch, maybe a zander, and maybe one of those pike, and then I think they're going to be fairly dangerous. So they've taken Mercury off the top of the leaderboard. We now have 28 sides as of latest update that have qualified for next year's event with the extra 1,000 points with full cards. Right, I'm going to introduce my guest. We have Frank Helming from Lund.
Hello, good afternoon all.
Listen, it's nice to have you on the show. Explain a little bit about yourself and what you do and where you work.
Yeah, what I said. I'm Frank. I'm from Lund Boats Europe, and we are the main sponsor for several years of the Predator Tour, and we are glad to be here. And this year I'm fishing the Predator also by myself, but now I'm sitting here for a few hours. And some others is taking my place on the boat, and yeah, let's see what we'll bring this afternoon.
So you're actually in the competition,
yes,
but you're having time off to do this?
Yeah.
Wow, that is
it's
that's dedication.
it's not that one what you want to focus on the fishing, but
you must be the first choice or the second choice. You must thought, who's the worst fisherman? We'll send him out on the live stream and we'll get the better fisherman.
But we have somebody else who take care about my position on the boat. Yes.
How have you found it out on the water in the last couple of days?
It was really difficult.
Yeah.
We have one plan. We started at the Merwede.
Okay.
But the streaming on the water was really incredible,
yeah.
And only brown water.
Okay.
So no pike, no perch. We catch some sander.
Yeah.
And today we started Hollands Deep.
Okay.
And there was some spots with clear water.
Yeah.
And for tomorrow, we will see what we're gonna do. Depend on what they catch this afternoon.
Yeah. And you've got a couple of boats. You've got a couple of boats here.
We have two teams here, and of course there are more Lund boats on the competitions. But two teams who fishing for Lund Boats Europe.
Let's have a quick look and see how you're getting on, shall we?
Yeah.
Current, let's have a look. We are sitting 90th place.
Yeah.
That's Christian and Sabine.
Yeah.
What they got at this moment in time. Let's have a quick look. So they're doing well on pike. They've got the 3 qualifying pike. They've got a 67 zander. They need 2 more zander and 3 more perch to get a full card. There's still plenty of time.
Yeah, we have some time, but the time flies when you're on the boat.
It does. What's been the biggest problem? Has it been perch? Because a lot of people we seem to have seen struggle to get the perch, and the one fish to make them get a full card they've struggled with. Yeah. I believe we may have a fish.
We have a live fish again. Okay. It's boat 129, 129.
Okay. Let's have a quick look on the leaderboard, see where they are.
Yes. Let's have a look. He is still drilling the fish.
Okay.
So I don't know what it is.
So this is Best Angler, who did really well yesterday. I think they were sitting between first and second for quite a long period of the day. They've done really well. They've had some really nice perch. The pike's okay. Zander not too bad. So what have we got?
It's off.
Oh, no.
No, it's not off.
Okay.
I saw a lure coming by, but it was another one.
Okay.
It's a zander.
It's a zander. Okay. So their smallest zander at the moment is 56.7. So there's
this one is under.
It's under?
This is a small one.
Okay. Ah, right, okay. Okay, so no increase there. That's a shame.
They are unhooking it besides the boat.
Okay, well, they're currently sat at 11th place. Well, like I said, last night, I'm sure they were either second or third for long periods. Yesterday, they swapped between two sides, back and forth, and they dropped off a bit this morning.
Well, it's in the water.
The guy's doing well.
Yes, yeah.
Full list.
It's all about upgrades now. So, when you're not fishing in Predator, I've been very lucky. I've actually been to your shop.
Yeah.
And I've actually got a video. I can't share it on here where I'm just drooling with my credit card.
Yeah.
And I sent it to my wife, and she sent divorce. So I guess that means I can't have a Lund. But just explain about the shop and what you've got in your site and the amazing showroom you've got.
Yeah. Yeah, what we gonna do is we are the distributor of the Lund boats, and we have dealers in all of Europe, and we do it since 2006. And we have dealers in Europe, but we sell also directly to the end consumer. And we have a shop where we try to get all models in our shop, so people can see and can test drive if they want. And yeah, everybody's more than welcome to visit us. And yeah. Look for a nice boat. Yeah, and then the dreams are starting.
Yeah, I mean, it's anybody that's never been. Obviously, there's people from UK that's watching this. Anybody who's never been, all I will say to you: imagine a toy shop as a 5-year-old child and walking in there. They've got every single model of boat, every single model of engine. They've got new and used boats because you sell used as well.
Yeah, used as well, but yeah, unfortunately we only have 2 used boats because in the Corona period all second-hand boats
went.
Went.
Okay.
Yeah. So we try to get some second-hand boats, but it's not easy.
So as a business, if say I'm a new customer, just my wife probably might be watching, so I'm not a customer at this moment in time, Becky, and I'm not going to buy any boats, but there you go. Say I'm a new customer, I come to you and I say, I want a boat.
Yeah.
I want a boat, I want a 19, 20-foot boat. There's my budget, build me a boat. That is literally what you do.
That's what we can. The boats coming, of course, from Lund, America. Yeah. And then we have to rig the boats with the trailer, with the outboard engine, the Mercury outboard engines. And of course, the equipment, Humminbird, Minn-Kota, Lowrance, we do all, and we can make the boat as you want.
Literally.
Yeah. So let us know what you want to install on your boat, and we are gonna do it.
When the thing at Sean for me when I went over there, there's the experience. I went over there with Matt Boast, who was supposed to be fishing in this competition, and he would off to pick up his new boat, and literally says, "Oh, I'm just gonna call." We were on his way back from Reugen. Okay. And he says, "I'm just going to call in and maybe my boat's ready." And we literally insured it there and then. We were on phone doing insurance and insured it. And he says, "Wait until you see this place. You're going to be blown away." And it's just a little industrial unit just off at Main Road. And you're driving the car park and there's trailers everywhere, all nice trailers. And you go inside this place and there's guys with electronics everywhere. There's finders everywhere, boxes of brand new gear. It's just an amazing place to go. Yeah, if you're into boats like we are, it's just the best.
What you said, a toy shop.
It literally is that.
It's really nice, and we try to get all boats, most of our popular models in our stock. Yeah. So and now, luckily, we can also deliver boats from stock. In Corona period was a little bit difficult, but now we have boats on stock. So if you want to have a boat, you can have it pick it up next week.
Yeah. Literally that quick.
That quick. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, luckily, because when people have to wait for months and months, that's a long time. But sometimes, if you want to have your dream boat, Lund has to build it. Then it takes a little bit longer. But then,
So, will there be? In other words, have you got like a catalogue or a brochure where you say that is standard? That is a standard piece of kit you're going to get.
We have some standards, but. We do it for a long time, and every fisherman has his own rigging. Okay. So one guy want the fish finders like this, the other one like that, and electric engines, batteries, and all those kinds.
Yeah. Just one second. Have we got a problem? No.
What's the problem?
We seem to have come out of live stream on my computer.
I don't have a problem here. Let's check it.
Just 1 second.
Oh yeah, everything is possible with the technique.
The live stream.
We're gonna check it out. We're gonna watch the English for a sec, and we're gonna check out what's going on. We will be right back to you guys.
Is that we're back?
Well, we are back.
Lovely. Yeah, sorry about that, everybody. So I've come to the shop, and have you got a standard model? So in other words, you say, I want a 19-foot boat. I've seen it in a brochure. You say to me, this is standard.
Yep.
Everything above that is. So
Yeah.
do you build the price up?
Yeah, we can make it as you want. The most of the people take the boat with an outboard engine, Mercury engine.
Okay.
And most of the times the people choose for the maximum outboard that you
Cost
can.
it,
Yeah, because they want to go fast.
There's no
on the
point
spot.
spending a boat and
Yeah.
not having a small engine.
So
on it.
and then we have the trailer, and that's the most of the time standard. And after that, it's starting with your wishes. How do you want to rig the boat with electronics, which brand, outboard engines, batteries, and all those kinds of things.
Okay, so on the trailer side, do you standard? Is it Pega?
No, what we do is Van Klaas trailers and Pega trailers.
Right. Okay.
And but also with the equipment we do Humminbird, Minn Kota, Lowrance, Garmin, Yarosales batteries, and now with the live scopes, everybody want to have it, and it's great setup. And a lot of people do casting fishing, some do vertical fishing, some do other type of fishing. So everybody has his own setup for his boat, how his idle boat looks for.
Well, no, I don't think one boat covers everybody's uses. I mean, if we're looking on there at this moment in time, we're seeing two boats there that have on controls on steering wheels. With walkthroughs where you open the window and you can walk through to casting deck. Where to me, as a stand up on top and lower angler that does a lot of trolling, that's no good to me. I need a tiller. So for me, that's a perfect boat. What's the boat for tiller control? What's about the maximums you can use?
Maximum what we have is the 2075 Pro Guide.
Right. Okay.
And you can put a 250 horse outboard engine on.
Wow. And that can be a tiller control as well.
Yeah, that can be tiller control.
It must be assist.
Yeah, it must be assist, but otherwise you cannot.
No,
it's an amazing boat.
Yeah.
But for
and people have them.
There's some in Europe who have this boat, but the most people who choose for a tiller version, they do it because they would like to vertical fishing or to pelagic fishing, and the other people most of the times they choose for a console boat. It's a little bit more comfort when you are going with a high speed on the water, and you have a big, large front deck and a big, large half deck. For casting it, that's also a perfect boat. So
for you personally, you're obviously the boss. What's your dream boat? Is your dream? You tell me now. You're saying if you want the best boat, this is what.
For the way of fishing I do, I like jerkbait fishing and crankbait fishing, and so that means casting. And for me, is the perfect boat the 2075 Pro V Bass.
Okay.
That's the perfect boat.
On a tiller?
No, it's the Pro V Bass.
All right. Okay.
And it's a console. You can have it with one console or double console. Okay. And that's for me a perfect boat. A lot of storage.
Is that the one that Luke and Nadine has?
Meta is the 8075.
Right, okay.
A little bit smaller, but also a perfect boat.
Yeah, lovely boat.
Yeah, and we are doing now here the tournament with 2 times an 8075 Pro V Bass. One of Christian and one of Bas by himself. And that's also a perfect boat. But
I've been.
My dream boat is the 2075 Pro V Sport.
So that's the longest.
Yeah, that's the we have a one size bigger. It's the 2175 Pro V Sport, and that is now coming in as demo boat. And that's also a really special boat because we can install on that boat the new Mercury V10 400 horsepower. Wow. So that's it's more like
that's a serious engine. God.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I tested this summer in the United States at dealer day at the Lund factory. Yeah, that's amazing. That's next level, and it's unbelievable.
Top speed?
I didn't have the time to test it.
But someone must have told you.
Because in that time was not rigged with the new V10 outboard engine, but it was not available in that time. Okay. But now we hope to have it soon at our shop and do some tests.
I'm sure there'll be a few takers of
that. That will be an amazing boat.
And lead time at this moment in time, I can ring you up and say, go on, I've won the lottery.
Yeah, depend on the type of boat what you want to have. And we have some boats in the pipeline, and we have a lot of boats in the shop. But if you want to have a special boat like a 2075 Pro V Bass another big boat. Yeah, we have some in the pipeline, but if you want to have a special color, then we need to order it, and then it will be approximately 4 or 5 months before we have it.
It's not ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous, but if you want to buy it now, you want
Oh,
to have it
absolutely.
yesterday.
Listen, you get
You want to have it yesterday.
Yeah, you've got to. Yeah. So, have you got rolling stock? So, in other words, have you got like a few standard boats you buy from Lund and then you sell on, or do you have?
We have the Furies. That's our step-in model.
Okay.
We have on stock. We have the Anglers. We have Adventures. We have the Impacts. Those boats we have on stock, and some in the pipeline.
Okay.
And also coming in, Profi Bus is coming, and the Profi Crossover is coming, and the 2175 Profi Spot is coming. So we have some big boats also is coming.
Well, COVID must have been a massive thing. I know I work in an industry where it's got to import and export stuff, and it must have.
Yeah, that was terrible because you cannot say what the lead time is, and I would say the factory have all what they done to shorten the lead time. But then we have the factor of transport, and that was also terrible because the boats have to come from United States, and normally it takes 3 to 4 weeks transport, and it was now sometimes 10 to 12 weeks for the transports. But luckily, it's now a little bit normal.
Okay. Well, so obviously you're a Lund man.
Yeah.
You run Mercury gear.
Yeah.
What's your finders? What do you go for on finder side, on fish finder side? What's your personal preference?
Yeah, Humminbird Mikota, that's perfect.
Just because of one boat network.
Yeah, there's one boat network, and the side image from Humminbird, it's amazing.
It is fantastic.
Lowrance also really great because it's easy in its menu, and of course Garmin with the light scope. So there is no best.
It's a good mixture.
Yeah, if you want to have the best, then you have the 3 brands.
You do. It's not unusual to see boats on here with different finders, but the integration must be quite hard.
Yeah, it's more easy when you have all in one network.
Yeah.
Because you can share, you can see, and that's more easier than have different brands. Some people have some different brands because they like the Garmin LiveScope, for example. But now the LiveScopes from Garmin and Lowrance and Humminbird are really close together. Yeah. And a few years ago was Garmin the first. So everybody want to have Garmin, and now people switching over, and we have now installed on the Profi Bus the new Lowrance equipment, and with 3 times live scope on it. It's a new model from Lowrance. You can almost have a 360 view live, and a forward scale. It's amazing. But it can help to bring you fish, but it's not the guarantee that you get fish.
If you go, say, let's go back 5 years.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to go back 5 years and you look what you were fitting to boats 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Let's go back to when you started.
Yeah.
When you started.
Yeah, when we started in 2006, the mid-sized boat was a 5-meter boat with a 30 horse and 1 fish finder.
It looks like we might have a fish.
Yeah, and it's a very big one.
Okay. Oh, good.
It's a very big pike for team 28.
Wow, another big pike. Let's have a look. Oh, so.
Well,
they're in 4th position at this moment in time. They've already got a 102, a 90, and an 84. So if it's a kicker fish, it'll be good. They're doing well for perch as well. They've got a 46, a 45, and a 38. So they're fairly strong. And good Zander as well. Then they sneak over the 1 Zander, and they've got a good card. So
I'm a little bit jealous of their card.
Yeah. A lot of people are. There's time.
Yeah.
There's time.
Yeah, we have some time.
That's a nice fish.
But it is always great to have your full card.
That's well over a metre.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's a really good fish, actually.
That's great for them.
We have another fish incoming.
Okay.
Let's see, what's that? That's a very nice Zender for team 67.
Can you have a look at 67?
We lost the connection with team...
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah. This is team 67 with a nice Zender, and that's 70.
Oh.
70.
That's a good fish.
6, I guess.
Okay.
70.
What have we lost? Have we lost it? Oh, we've lost it. Okay. That's a
77.
Really nice.
Thank you, camera guy.
Okay. That's
pointing
a
it
lovely
out
fish.
for me. Well, that's a very nice fish.
Nice. What have they got already? So they've already got a 67, a 63, and a 61. So that's definitely a kicker fish.
Yeah.
They've got a really good card now. I mean, look at this.
Yep.
They've got a 109 pike, a 92 pike, an 87 pike,
Some
67,
nice fish.
63. Well, this is definitely into 70s.
Yep.
And then perch-wise, a 47 and a 42. So they're another
They're
dangerous
doing
team.
great. Yep.
There's the numerous teams. I'm just going to have a go while we're looking at the leaderboard. Let's just have a quick look and see what's happening because there's stuff changing all the time.
Well, the fish is back in the water, so I'm gonna put the leaderboard also on the screen.
Have we found out how big that big pike was? Has that been measured yet?
I don't know. It was team. Which team was it?
Or it's 67? No. At this moment in time, we have now 30 sides that have qualified for next year with the extra 1,000 points. So that's an upgrade of about 5-6 from dinner time. Let's have a look.
Well, the top pike in the app, in the free PredatorTour app, you can look on the left-hand side and open the menu. You go to top catches, and there you can, during the whole competition, watch the top catches, and you can also see on which day they were caught and at what time.
I mean, we were
put in
talking
the
earlier
system.
on, and we never thought 124.5 would have beaten in this competition, and then lo and behold, directly after dinner, a 124.9
Yeah.
came out.
Dream
So,
fish.
Yeah.
If you that's fish have on your card, then
Yeah. I mean, if that's your kicker fish, it's not a bad one, is it? To be fair, but I mean, it's happened like that every day. I mean, yesterday we had a bit of a competition of which fish were going to be upgraded next, and I lost. So I can't imagine. I've still got a funny feeling maybe Xander will be upgraded. There's quite a few lads with 70s, maybe a couple of early 80s, but they're like the 89 plus. So there's a chance. And Xander seems to have been quite good today, don't they? We've had quite a few. So let's see.
Yep.
Have you? Obviously, you've got a couple of teams in the event. Have you got an idea who's going to win it? Have you got enough people? Bear in mind, some of these guys are running your boats because there's plenty of Lund boats out there. There's plenty of teams that run.
It's always difficult to say who will win this tournament. It's, you have to find first the right spot. You have most of the guys have done a lot of pre-fishing.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Find the right spot. You're talking a body of water that's
Yeah.
enormous.
Yeah.
So it must be really hard to be able to say, this is where we're going to do it.
Yeah. There are a lot of people sitting here for more than 1 week on this area, and they have to find out where the fish is, and then you have to need some luck.
I'm gonna interrupt you guys because I just got a message that we got a new number 1.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
So we're gonna take the leaderboard
Let's have a look.
and go to the leaderboard, and we're gonna refresh it.
Well, 56 was
It's
at the top.
team
28.
28.
Now, where's 28 come from? Because we haven't heard literally anything about them. Let's have a quick look.
There's also some
Yeah,
more
they've got
fish,
some
yeah.
fantastic. They've got some fantastic fish. I'm not sure what they've upgraded, but at this moment in time, they have pike of 110, 102, and 90, which is 3 really good fish.
Yeah,
That's really good fish.
Yep.
Xander-wise, they're up there. They've got a 76, a 70, and a 64. They probably need to kick maybe another 70 plus,
Yeah,
maybe
something,
another one. But the good thing is the card's strong on other species. 46, a 45, and a 38 perch is
Yeah,
strong.
it's also great.
Yeah, I think if they upgrade the 38 perch, which is not easy, but there's a potential, maybe an 80s under. But pike-wise, I think they're fairly strong.
Yeah,
And they've
well,
got a day and a half to go.
Difficult to find a bit. All the 3 species you can try to get some upgrades,
Yeah.
and they have some hours to go
Yeah,
today and tomorrow, the whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not easy.
But I think...
And then it comes on strategy.
Yeah, of course it does.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I mean, they've come from nowhere. We've been keeping an eye on some teams, and they've just come from nowhere, which means that probably they needed that one fish to, and it can change. We had a saying yesterday, and it's 0 to hero.
Yeah.
You will literally could be a bottom side on here, and tomorrow you could catch 3, nine
that's
green
that's
fish.
the nice of the competition, and you can hit one spot
Yeah.
and get 2 nice birds or 3 nice birds, and then boom, you are going up.
And the thing about it, I mean, it says they're from Germany here. Is it Jorg and Dennis?
Yeah.
My German's not the best. They could be, to me, they're not fully sponsored anglers, so they're not with the team. They obviously know the area, they've come and fished, and they're doing quite well. And a completely unknown side could go and win this competition.
Yeah. If you have done some pre-fishing, when you come a lot of times here, then
And
You can see it. You can be the number one.
we were looking yesterday, and it was amazing how many sides did okay on pike and zander, and really struggled with perch.
Yeah.
Perch yesterday seemed to be nowhere.
Yeah.
Odd side got some. People like Sean Witt went for zander and perch and forget pike, and we'll catch pike later. But it seems to, it's not too easy.
No.
Is anything happening there? So. Anything coming in?
No?
No.
I will tell you. Oh, yes, I have someone. I think we have a very big fish again. I saw some hugging. I saw it from the corner of my eye. It's
Okay.
about 67.
Okay. Team Garmin.
Yeah, they were sharpshooting, I guess. So it's possibly a very big. It's a big pike.
All right. Well, they are fairly dangerous. They've already got 109 and 92 and an 87. So I'm guessing this is the 87 gone.
This is over a meter.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. They're going to
Nice.
they're going to shoot up now because they've already got 47, a 42, and a 37 perch.
Yeah.
So that's strong.
Yeah.
Let's have a look
Yeah,
at it.
that can go quickly. If you upgrade your smallest fish, then you can go.
It's still a big decision. There's still quite a big decision. I mean, if you, obviously we'll talk about this, and that's nice fish.
Yeah.
That's definitely over a meter.
Yeah.
If you're two guys fishing together, I know you have a captain. You're supposed to have a captain. Is there ever a fallout on boat where you say, "I'm"?
We
doing
have some
this?
pike knuckles over here.
No.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna put I'm gonna unmute them. Maybe you
Okay.
can hear them because they are very excited. Let's see. Do you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, guys?
1 meter. 1 meter. Wait a minute. Now it's 1 meter. Two or 3?
Meter two. Nice upgrade, guys.
Nice. Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no gain without pain, gentlemen.
No.
Yeah, it's a superb fish. Well done, gentlemen. That's you. That's your upgraded on your pike and should take your position up.
We
it hasn't
lost the
upgraded yet.
connection with them, unfortunately.
Bit of damage on that fish as well. Yeah, it's a nice fish. That makes them fairly strong. It'll be interesting to see where they come out now because at the moment they're in 4th.
Okay.
But that fish hasn't upgraded yet. Let's have a quick look on system if it's upgraded. I've got a feeling that's going to take them up the board. Yeah, so do you have fallouts on boats, or have you got to have a common goal and it's just to go and catch fish?
No, we decide together what we're gonna do, and you make some strategy on the experience what you have and the spots what you have. And unfortunately, we didn't have the time to do a lot of pre-fishing, but we make our plan to start at the Merwede yesterday, and yeah, unfortunately the water was really dark, and so we have to switch over to other ideas. And first we said, okay, let's see what will bring in the Merwede, and then it's always difficult to stick to your plan.
Yeah.
If you don't do that and you're switching from the one plan to the other plan, so we said, okay, we stay minimum 4 or 5 hours on the Merwede, then we know for sure.
Yes, yes or no.
Yeah. But we get some zender, 2 zenders, and then we can. Today we concentrate on perch and pikes. So we're fishing with small lures, spinnerbait, jetterbaits, and yeah, most of the time you can catch pike and perch. Our goal is first to get all fish on the card. And if you have the fish on the card, then you can do some upgrades.
There were a common thing yesterday about chatterbaits. A lot of sides use chatterbaits.
Yeah.
I think it's you said it perfectly. Anything can take a chatterbait.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
edging your bets.
Yeah,
And, you know, we've
spinnerbait,
got edging your
jetterbaits,
bets.
yeah, or small other lures, and you can get perch and pikes, and yeah, it's always difficult what we're gonna do. And this afternoon I'm here, and so we're making another plan for this afternoon.
Okay.
Because we said, okay, we have one pike and we have 2 nice perch. Let's find today the third sender.
Yeah.
And I saw on the leaderboard that they have found the third sender,
Okay,
so
so
that list is full.
Can you have a look at that one?
Yeah, I can.
Let's get that. Let's get
Yeah.
you live. Let's have a look on
Yeah,
your board
okay,
and see where
yeah.
you are.
Oh, that's
Wait a sec. Your number
134.
4. It's on now.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've got 3.
Yeah,
Three
we have now
sender, so you
3
take
sender.
it.
Yeah, when I step off of the boat, we have 2 sender, And because we are here in this area, Hollands Diep and Merwede, you can easily get your third zender.
Okay.
So we said, okay, let's because we are now here,
Yeah.
back in this area, let's make the list full of zender. So we have those three, and then tomorrow we're going back to the end of Hollands Diep and Haringvliet and try to find the third perch and the 2 extra pikes.
The thing is, I mean, your perch is good.
Yeah,
Those are 2 really
yeah,
nice
they're
fish.
really nice. Yeah.
So you are going to be fairly dangerous if you can get those. Will the guys, while you're not here, will they literally zander, just try and get that up? Because the 46 and 55.
Yeah, I don't know what they are doing, but the goal was to get 3 senders. So that's what we decide. And what they are now actually doing on the boat, I don't know.
Okay.
So if they want to upgrade, I think they stay a little bit on the Merwede or here in the front of the Hollands Diep.
Okay.
At the bridges to upgrade the zender, and so we can tomorrow focus on perch and pike.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, pike at 54.2.
Yeah,
Must try harder.
yeah, yeah.
But I suppose if you're not targeting them, then
Yeah.
it's just a byproduct
Yeah.
of pike if you're
Yeah.
concentrating on these.
That's yeah.
Yesterday we noticed that, like I say, perch let a lot of people down, and there were so many sides coming up to tea time yesterday when it finished at 4 o'clock that needed just that one perch, just one perch to fill the card, and it held a lot of people back.
Yeah.
In fact, there's one still. Just have a quick check. Let me just check on this because they might still be there. I'll just have a quick check on leaderboard. Let's have a look. No, it looks like they've got it now. I think it was Team 96, LMAB. They were struggling for one fish to take them up, but they've now moved into 20th position, so they're up there. So how many sides have we now got? So we've now got 31 sides that have got a full card with the extra 1,000 points, which takes them automatically into next year's event. So yeah, it's, there's plenty. Oh no, it wasn't. I'll tell you what. It was Team 11. It was LMAB, but it was the second side. They've been sat there for ages now waiting, and it's how it goes.
Yeah,
It's how it goes.
sometimes it's really hard to get the less fish. And I know some people who have more than one day to spend to catch one species, to get a full list, and they spend one day of fishing only for one perch or one pike, and you don't get it. And that's frustrating.
It's mentally hard. Not that, but we've got a lot of things against you. You see, yesterday we're quite windy. It's a little bit windy out there, but it's not ridiculous.
No.
Which wind means fishing live is not easy.
Yeah.
And with the temperature, with the high pressure, there's quite a lot of things going against, but it's not stopping the catches. We've still got extremely good top fish of both pike, perch, and zander.
I'm surprised about the big pikes and all
I
the
mean,
catch. It's amazing.
Is that 3 fish now over 120?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Especially with this weather
3
conditions.
fish over 120 and 2 over 124 is
And normally you say that with these temperatures, the fish is laying down and doing nothing, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But it is always it's great to have a full card. Then you can a little bit
Relax.
more relaxed
Yeah.
fishing, and if you are frustrating and you don't have your third pike, then you don't get the full card, and that's really frustrating.
I suppose the problem you've got is that, like I said, it's interesting speaking to you because the thing is, although you're Mr. Lund, you're also an angler and you're also in the competition. So it's actually really nice. Like I say, when you fill the card, you're okay, the pressure's off.
Yeah.
But it's all about upgrades.
Yeah.
If your plan is right, we're going out, we're targeting perch, and you don't find them.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
And then you're looking at the time, you're thinking, I've got 3 days. In 3 days, if I go for 3 species, perch, zander, and pike on those 3 days, these prevailing weather conditions are perfect for pike on this day, and you go out with that mindset and it goes wrong, that's when you start to panic. And we noticed yesterday there were a lot of boats that spent a lot of time on an area and did well, but there were a lot of boats that were flying up lake, stopping, fishing for 2 minutes, flying up the lake. They were almost chasing fish, and I suppose that takes some minerals to be able to go right. That's it. I'm just going to chase the fish.
Yeah, it is always if you're talking to fishermen, what is your strategy? Then everybody has his own strategy.
Of course.
And I think all things can work, but you never know.
Yeah.
And my goal is most of the time to stay as long as possible at a spot or make a long drift. Because if you are going with the boat from point 1 to point B, yeah,
You don't
you don't fish. You don't
Absolutely,
have your lure in the
yeah.
water. As long as your lure in the water, you can catch fish.
Do you
But
generally fish,
some people has also their spots and going to the spot, fishing 5 minutes, and go to another spot. It's also a strategy.
If you're both fishing on the same boat, and you and your partner,
Yeah.
do you have a different strategy? No, not different. Do you go on opposite techniques? So in other words, if one's on a crankbait, does one go on a spinnerbait?
Yeah,
do you
sometimes
know
we do,
trying
yeah.
to mix it up and to
Yeah.
try and find the right combination what
Yeah,
works?
yeah,
And then say you cast a chatterbait, catching a chatterbait. Do you say, right, listen, I've just caught a chatterbait. Let's both switch to chatterbaits, hammer it now because one's caught a
Yeah.
fish. So,
Yeah,
and that's how
it's
you
also
work
a strategy. Sometimes you can do a vertical fishing, for example, and the other is going to casting with chatterbait or
Okay.
crankbaits.
Yeah.
So you can do different things, but you can also say, okay, we have here now an area, it's clear water and a lot of weed in the water. Then you go with spinnerbaits or something like that, and you do the both. Keep on hammering on the spot, and that's also difficult to find the right partner to fishing with because
yeah.
you have the same mindset and the same strategy. Because if one want to going like that and the other one to going like that, you cannot make it.
It's so I think I think it's something that probably doesn't get talked about enough is when you as a fisherman, if you are going to be doing this sort of events and you're going to be doing any sort of time close together in a close network where you're both fishing, the clash of personalities and the same mindsets. I think as a boat partner, you need someone who's so. If you should always fish with someone that's either at the same level or somebody who's got the same drive. Because I've been and fished with people before, and when the heads, if it gets hard and the heads go down, you've got to be positive all the way through every single cast. Every single cast counts.
Yeah, you have to go, and sometimes it's good to have two people on the boat. So if one is a little bit down, then the other can bring him up and say, "Oh, go on."
Yeah.
And then sometimes you need 1 minute rest and drink something or eat something, and then keep on hammering. Go back and keep on hammering. But you have to be also a little bit coach for each other.
Of course.
Because if the plan is working, you have to. To be the coach to each other and said, hey, go pushing and go hammering and sometimes it's not easy.
That's definitely not easy.
And you spend a lot of time together in a small area, so you must have a click to each other because if you don't have the connection with your fishing partner, then it will not work.
It doesn't work.
Especially near in competitions.
Yeah.
Because you are 3 days for sometimes 8 hours on. A small boat and
most people don't spend that time with a wife,
exactly.
let alone with a fishing partner.
Yeah. So that's something you must have the same strategy, the same quality of fishing,
And obviously you both must be up to spec because there's no point when we were discussing. Is it nice to have a split in the team where you've got a pike angler because pike anglers are generally pike anglers. Yeah. They sometimes can go and catch perch and zander, but if they're a pike angler, they're a pike angler. Yeah. If you've got a very good vertical jigger, a man who fishes pelagic for perch and zander, it's nice to have a combination of the both. Yeah. But you're generally a specialist in one field. I don't know many anglers who are just fantastic at every single thing.
No, you are specialized most of the time on one species. Everybody who's doing heater tournaments can fish all species. Yeah. But sometimes you have good, what you said, one pike angler and one perch angler. So you can have the combination of best of both.
What do you class yourself as, Frank?
I'm liking fishing crankbaits.
You're a crankbait fisher, no matter what the species?
No. I'm fishing a lot on small rivers, and we are close to the IJssel. Okay. It's a small river, but it's a nice area. You can fish all species, and if you're going in the summer times on the IJssel, you can catch with your crankbaits all species. Sometimes you will say, okay, hey, I want to go only for pike, then you take a pike lure. Oh. But if you do it with crankbaits, you can catch everything. Okay. And sometimes it's good to have a lot of fish in the boat. And sometimes you said, hey, I want to catch a big pike. Yeah. Okay, then you take a lure, but only for big pike is. And then you go home something with no fish on board. And if you want to say, hey, I like to go fishing and to catch some fish, then you take a crankbait and you can catch all species.
It's I'm same as you. I enjoy catching fish. Yeah. And there's a time and a place for targeting big fish. Yeah. When it's a little bit warmer in the UK, we've got quite shallow water. So in the UK, you generally don't target pike in summer. We'll go for the species perch and trout and stuff like that. The thing is, if on my boat, if you downsize lures and you go small crankbaits and stuff like astrovibes, trolling an astrovibe behind a boat will catch you fish all day. I mean, all day long.
Sometimes you want to catch fish.
It's listen, as a lure angler, I'm sure it's exactly the same for yourself, Frank. Is that it's all about the take.
Yeah.
It's all about the take. No matter what size of fish it is, it's that.
Bam.
It's that something.
Yeah.
From nothingness to something.
And that's what I like on crankbait fishing also. If you're doing it on shallow water crankbaits, then you get some a hit on your lure that you think, oh, that's a big one. Yeah. And then you see a small zender is coming from 50 centimeters.
But it's the take.
It's the take that you think, oh, this is a big one. It's coming a small one. And sometimes the fish are crazy, especially in shallow water, high temperatures. It's amazing.
That's why we do it. It's why we do it no matter what. Catching big fish is really nice. We all love catching personal bests and stuff.
Yeah, of course.
But just catching fish is just sometimes.
That's all.
I think I fish. Me personally, it's for a release. I've got a job which is quite high pressured, and I need that release. I need that
me too.
day where I don't answer my mobile phone. I just go out there on the boat. I just go out and catching fish. Or I go on the bank and catch fish, and it's just.
And that's true. If you are doing what I like the crankbait fish, you do casting, and you're only thinking, when is the strike coming? When is this hit coming? And that you don't think on work anymore. And that's good. And sometimes I go after work for 2 hours to the river, and do some fishing for 2 or 3 hours, and then go home. And then your head is empty.
It can be enough.
And sometimes it's really great in summertime.
We speak to people, and a lot of them say, even though they work in the industry, that they struggle to get time to go fishing, or they spend so much time talking about fishing and being in the industry that fishing now becomes like a bit of I don't really want to go out fishing now. And I find that not hard to believe, but it must be that's quite hard because let's face it, this industry we're in, I say we're in, is an amazing industry. We are all of us are so lucky to be involved in it at any in any capacity. The guys who go out and do this competition fishing are extremely lucky. They've obviously got understanding bosses. They do it for a living, and it's amazing. We are very, very privileged. But there's people out there that are not so privileged. They don't enjoy it any less. Them going and catching a 23 centimetre perch is fantastic. And it's everybody's got to take what they can out of fishing.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't need a boat to go fishing.
Absolutely not. No.
Sometimes you take one rod and some lures, and you go to the small canals, and you can catch some nice fish too.
I've had some really nice fish on canal systems and stuff. When I first started, I started off on little canals. Little canals, and then moved on to rivers, and then I got a boat. I was lucky enough to go out on a boat with somebody, and I saw that and thought that is the world. I've got to get a boat. And in UK, there's not many, although. It's getting bigger. There's people like Matt, it's done tours and stuff, and Brackley's. They're both they fish and they've got a decent boat. But as an actual country and nation, we're not really big into boat fishing. There's a couple of reasons why. In the UK, the launches are a joke. You might have 1 or 2 launches per 100 mile of river, which is not ideal. There's a lot of boat restrictions on size of boats. There's a lot of in the UK. I'm not sure how it works over here. In the UK, people own the rights to fish on those waters from the banks. So in other words, one piece of land on one side of a river can own the rights on that side. Another club can own the rights on that side.
Yeah, it's complicated.
Now the one good thing is that as long as you don't anchor, in theory, and use spot lock, you're not actually on land. So in theory, you're not really doing anything wrong. Now, people will no doubt comment on that, but it's made it a little bit easier using spot lock. But you'll always have people complaining, and it's like, oh, look at him, he's got a boat. And it's still quite a little bit of a taboo thing. Listen, the competition angling on our reservoirs and street fishing and stuff is getting bigger. We've got some very good anglers in the UK, some exceptionally good anglers, especially Team England have got some really talented guys in it. So it's getting bigger, but boat fishing still hasn't taken off like I expected it to. I know a lot more people have got them now, but they're not coming over to see you and buying lunch.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's too.
It's too far away. It's too complicated.
It's not that. I think it's the size of the boats as well. There's you've got to fish to the size of to the waters you fish. So there's no point having a 22-foot lund
No.
on a river that's 45 yards wide.
Makes no
and
sense.
8 foot.
That makes no sense.
It's what we call horses for courses.
Yeah.
So you pick the right boat to the conditions fish. Now, then, if I've got a 14-foot sea nymph with a 20 on back, 20 horsepower on back, with a mink coater on front, and for me, for the fishing I do on the rivers and systems I use, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Take it to Ireland and the big waters, or you take it to Windermere, and it's just a little bit undergunned. I don't think there is one perfect boat for everybody.
No, the perfect boat don't exist. It's always a compromise.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's always a compromise.
Yeah.
If you have small waters, then you need to have a small boat. If you have big waters, then it's great to have a bigger boat. But you can fish also the tournaments with all type of boats.
Yeah.
But only you have to make choices.
Yeah.
And with the bigger boats, you can easily go to the Haringvliet from here, and or to the end of the Merwede. But if you have a small boat with 20 horse, then you have to stay in this area. But you can catch here the fish also, because look at the start. Everybody is going far away, but the fish are also here. And a few years ago in the PredatorTour in Sweden, where two guys, Marius and Slavak, two Polish guys, are also joining here the tournament. They won the PredatorTour with a small boat.
They hired the boat. Didn't they hire a boat when they got there?
No, they have a small boat by themselves.
Right,
but with a small boat, they won the PredatorTour in Sweden. And they only stuck in one small area.
Okay.
Don't go to Veneren, to it was on Veneren, but not on the open water. And they stay in the bays and in the shallows, and they won the PredatorTour. So the size of the boat don't say anything, but sometimes it's good to have a bigger boat or a faster boat. For example, for now, if you want to have clear water, you have to go to the Haringvliet, because Merwede and Haring Diep, Hollands Diep is very trouble, dark water. So you have to go to the Haringvliet, and then it's great to have a big boat.
When if I've say I've won lottery, and I come up to you and I say I won a boat. I'm new to boat fishing. Do you offer any sort of assistance, or can you take people out or take them for a test run? Or
we can take your people to test run, and we are asking first, what do you want to do? How many people you go fishing? Which waters do you want to go? Do you have only big waters, only small waters, or a combination of that? And then together we will find the boat for those guys. And it's sometimes you have to make a compromise because your storage room is not that big. Sometimes because of your car. Sometimes you said, I want to go over there, and it's a long time before I'm on my spot. So you want to have a bigger engine on the boat, or you go with 3 people on the boat. Or what is also coming now is you want to have a fishing boat, but also a family boat. So that's also what is now coming up. So you want to have extra seats. And that's also things what is changing now.
There literally is no perfect boat.
No, there's no perfect boat. For everybody, it's different.
The one thing that's interesting is you were just talking about what vehicle. And when I fished over in Sweden, and you see the boats and the engines they pull, and you look at the cars they're running. And the UK were really strict on weights, GVW, and how much you can actually physically pull. Because let's face it, a fully loaded top end Lund with a 200 brake horsepower engine on the back of it must weigh quite a lot on the towing.
You need a big car for that.
Have you ever had someone turn up and say, right, I've bought this boat, and turn up in a car and you go, you can't do that with that?
No, luckily not, because
most of them have
already got a boat, or are prepared, or talk to other people, and so most of the people have the right car for the boat. But you can have a small car with a boat, to tow a boat, and we are now launching a new product. Maybe you have seen it outside. It's a new brand, Via. It is also it's coming from the Lund guys. Those guys designed the boat, and it's now launching here. We have now the prototype over here at the tournament. It's a new model and a new type of boat. It's a small polyethylene boat, and you can rig it with a small outboard engine or with the new Mercury Avatar engines, what is now coming up.
Almost looks like a perfect combination.
And for that boat, you can have an electric car or a hybrid car. That is now also coming. People have an electric car or a hybrid car, and it's not allowed to tow a lot of weight if they don't have the storage. And now we're gonna launch this boat, and also for the lakes. If you want to go to lakes where it's not allowed to go with an outboard engine, you can put the new Mercury Avatar engine on, and you are fully electric.
We have that same problem.
It's coming up. It's coming up, and that's something new. And I think everybody can use and tow it with every car what you want. Yeah. If you have a small car, electric car, hybrid.
I've done quite a few YouTube videos because people have, like, when I first started on YouTube like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and we were doing videos on being on the boat, and people like looking up and going, wow, I want a boat. They do really well. They're always catching fish. And I thought I'd do a little series of boat safety videos. Not highly professional, but enough to be able to help somebody. And quite a few people have commented and said, listen, I was going to buy a boat, and then I was thinking, I don't know what to do with this. And it's basic stuff like using life vests and using a kill cord, and what happens if it goes wrong, and trailering and launching, recovering the boats. You know, basic things. What do Lund do? Have Lund got any safety videos or anything like that, or any sort of system what to use if things do go wrong?
Yeah, there is a lot of videos on YouTube from Lund Boats, all about safety products, how to launch a boat, and all. Yeah, you can find it on the channel from Lund Boats on YouTube.
Okay.
A lot of videos also from professional guys who are making films about lures, storage compartments, how to rig your boat.
Yeah.
So if you go to YouTube, the Lund Boat channel, there you can find a lot of videos.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Right, I think
safety is important.
I think we're going to go to a quick break. We'll have 5 minutes. We'll probably leave these guys that's on the screen now fishing away. We have had a little bit of a quiet spell the last 10-15 minutes. It's gone quiet on the fish. So we'll hopefully let the fish turn back on, and we'll be back in around 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we're going to leave the stream for 5 minutes. Please hang on there. We will be right back.
So